Welcome to my review for Remember Me. Remember Me is a fun game with a little bit of everything. Some puzzles, riddles even, platforming-esque elements, and lots of fighting. And each of these little bits mixes some seen too much alongside some fresh ideas. The most interesting puzzle element is the remixing of memories. Sadly, it's not the best part, but it probably should be. If you haven't already heard, this is where you go into someone's memory and you see a scene play out, and then you change elements of a scene. That could be moving a chair, that could be turning on a TV, and because of these little innocuous things you're doing, it changes the outcome of the memory, so when you're back out, the person whose memory you remix thinks that the event played out differently than it actually did, and that causes them to change their current behavior. The first remix is my favorite, and it feels the least like just change everything and you should be alright. The other remixes aren't quite as easy as what I just said, but some feel close. This was supposed to be the big catch to the game, and I think with the way they were set up, they used it just the right amount. Everyone else I've listened to so far said they wanted more, but I think if there was more, you'd be saying, okay, I've had enough. I think if the game gets a sequel, which I think it should, they should take remixing memories to a more complex level. Give me more puzzle in my puzzles, and it'll be worth doing more often. Still a fun element, but I think it's the newness which caused it to get most of the hype for what's good in the game. The platforming is basic platforming, if you can even really call it that. For the most part, it's very hard to miss, and there isn't a lot of skill needed to do it. It's mostly point and jump, like something out of Uncharted. You don't really have to gauge a lot of the space that you're in to do the platforming accurately. There are a few instances where timing is actually important, and it feels good when that's the case. The combat takes up most of the time in the game, and thankfully I found it pretty solid. There's a nice selection of foes, and the takedowns, called overloads, were fun to watch. The best part for me was the combo system, and that's not something I say often about combo systems. You can make your own combos, not in the sense of which buttons you press, but what bonuses you get when you do it. Do you want a combo that hits hard, one that improves your focus so you can use your special skills more often, or one that regenerates your health quickly? Or do you want to mix them all up? The longer the combos you do, the better the payoffs. But make sure you have combos for everything, because the enemies you face do force some strategy on you deciding which combos and special attacks you'll need to use. Overall, the game more often delivers above average gameplay, but the highlights make the sum greater than its parts. From a gameplay perspective, there's not enough to make me claim the game is amazing or want to rush for a replay, but it was definitely worth my time. On the other hand, there's lots that should be pushing this game into people's collections. I've started paying close attention to games that have strong female roles as the lead, which isn't in abundance. And this one delivers there. It's also a new IP, something that we can all see more of these days, and the flashes of innovation and creativity really deserve support. It's just a shame they didn't take their new ideas to what I think their full potential could be. I hope a sequel comes out, where the developers can really let their ingenuity shine through.
You should be close to your target now.
What kind of memory am I looking for exactly?